Wait, where is everyone?
I think they're in the conference room.
Oh, let's go.
They missing mostly the beginning of the year. They was missing.
They're gonna be straight. Like, don't sleep on the Bulls.
They shouldn't have linked. County football. He's the man. He's the man.
They're trying to protect the league. Trying to protect the players. So
Isn't it time for the sports zone? It's time now. Welcome to the Sports Zone.
Hi, and welcome back to another episode of the Sports Zone. I'm your moderator, Ashley Scotland, and here I have a panel full of guys who just love to debate the hottest topic in sports. I'll let them introduce themselves.
Justin Halyard, one time for Charlotte.
What up, everybody? It's your boy Jarrell.
Stephon, I survived G-Hill. Thank God.
It's your boy Justin Kerrigan giving y'all the real deal, like always.
If you say so, cuz. You get it.
Well, this NBA season is full of comeback players, and I'm not just talking about the ones who are injured. So, guys, let's talk about, at this point, I know it's a little early, but who actually has a chance of being this year's MVP? Let's start with you, Stephon.
Not LeBron. All right, not LeBron.
Okay.
All right, he's not hungry no more, okay? He's done, all right? He don't need no MVP no more, all right? I'm going with Paul George, all right, who averaged 25 points per game with 4 assists and 8 rebounds. The man is beasting. The Pacers has a better chance to beat the Heat in the Eastern Conference. Watch out for Paul George. He can guard any position, from point guard, shooting guard, small forward, and power forward.
I'm not sure about power forward, but he can guard.
And his lengthwise,
He's straight.
he probably averaged like 3 steals too.
1 through 3. He can
Yeah,
guard.
he can do offense and defense.
Okay, let me tell you the real MVP. North Carolina zone, CP3.
Oh, Wake Forest?
Rayfo, Winston.
22 points a game, 12 assists, a career high. He averages 9 in his career. 12 assists, 2 steals. Come on, son.
So Rondo was doing that too.
No, but look, with Rivers as their coach, if they play defense, it'll be like Steve Nash back in 05, 06. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
Wrong.
How am I wrong? Think about it. You got 2 of the most athletic big men at Stoudemire and Marion. I'm not saying they're like that, but they play defense, and they will be able to score. You know.
So you saying Blake gonna give this defense? Give the Clippers defense?
Rivers is gonna make him give him something. I'm not saying he's gonna be defense player of the year, but he's gonna play.
Yeah, exactly.
Orlando ripped
It's
them
in the
apart.
beginning. I'm telling you, just watch.
I'm sorry, but the best team in the West is Golden State Warriors.
I agree.
I'm going to go with Spicy Curry, the best shooter in NBA history. Sorry,
North Carolina?
Sorry, Reggie.
Davidson college?
NBA history.
Ray Allen is still playing. You know that.
You know he had a triple-double already. Who had a triple-double already?
Okay.
Chris Paul.
But best shooter in NBA history.
In
I'm
NBA
gonna let you
history,
finish your
but-
point, and then we're gonna talk about that.
Right now, he got averaging 19, 9 assists.
Okay.
But it's early in the season. He's going to boost that up like 25. He's going to be top 5 in scoring this year.
Reason why
Top 5 in assists and top 10 in steals.
I'm not giving him the MVP because Andre Iguodala's on the team, Klay Thompson, Harrison Barnes, David Lee, all them scores.
He got a team, yeah.
But
But
he's
usually
not going
they
to
get
be
an
able to
MVP
average
to the
25
best player on
points
the
per
best
game.
team.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Chris Paul, without Chris Paul, what are the Clippers? Without Paul George, they're making the playoffs. Like without
But without Stephen
CP3,
Curry, what is Golden State?
a still shooting
A
team.
still
They're
shooting
like
team.
a number 8 seed, though.
CP3
But
going
what is Chicago without D Rose? I
a second round playoff team.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say the same thing.
Exactly. D Rose will put them over the top. I mean, he's coming back. The jump shot looks better than ever.
No, it does not.
Yeah, yes, it does.
That
From
man
three.
is garbage in this couple of
Yeah,
games, man.
yeah.
The commercial is
I feel like
hyping
Rose-
stuff up.
I feel like Rose will get better. He's still
Yeah.
rusty. Give
Yeah,
him
he's
time.
still
Yeah,
rusty.
he rusty.
I mean, this is still a great defensive team. I think if it not MVP, definitely be comeback player of the year. I do agree with you with Paul George. I love what he's doing. He's a great defensive player, great offensive player, and he emerged as a superstar last year in the playoffs. But I'm going with D Rose, man.
I think
I
we got to
feel
wait.
like if they can get their chemistry back, this can be.
You letting that commercial hype it up, man. No.
I think we got to wait 20 games to judge D Rose because, he got knocked the rest off. And then once he get back into it, we'll see, like, is it
But
for real?
I don't believe in Steph Curry. I mean, he has health problems right now.
The ankles
It's not
are
ankle.
horrible.
It was just a bone bruise. It's not an ankle sprain.
Man.
I'm
I
telling you
don't
about Chris Paul. Like, don't sleep.
I
He's
respect
going
the
to be
Chris
MVP.
Paul.
You know who I
respect the
say
Chris
don't
Paul.
sleep on? I say don't sleep on Russell Westbrook. Y'all gotta admit that he has come back. He has come back.
Came back.
He is coming back. I'm just saying, this is the beginning. Don't get me wrong. Love Paul George. D-Rose, I mean, who can't respect what he's been doing?
Yeah.
Stephen Curry, a little too early. Let him give him some more seasons on him. A little more seasons. Now, you did kind of take my original idea, CP3. Got to go with the other LA team. But Westbrook.
Russell,
it's going to be something.
it doesn't
think
fit.
about how Oakland was when he wasn't there. Think about what the title is. Most valuable player. Who attributes to the team the most? Like, who is actually doing something?
That's a good point. They needed Westbrook in the playoffs.
But look at how the team does when he's not there.
It's just the MVP doesn't fit Russell.
When he's not there.
I agree.
Exactly. MVP, Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
It's Kevin or nobody.
Exactly on that team.
No.
Yeah.
For that team, they need him. If y'all talking about who's needed and who's actually valuable to a team, I'm just saying, like, look at what he does.
I'm saying
Look
Paul
how the team
George.
plays
But what
without
about KD? KD got a chance?
He's not hungry right now.
No.
I'm
That's
not.
what I'm saying.
I'm not
I would
sensing
agree,
it.
But he doesn't have the drive to do it. I'm just saying, Westbrook looks like he's like, I'm coming back to show y'all I'm about something. Like,
If Kobe comes back to the Lakers,
Really?
to the Lakers involved out and gets
Definitely
us in the playoffs. I mean,
No,
that would
no,
be
sir.
exactly.
but it's a little bit too early for that.
It's a
I knew I
stretch,
would get a couple frowns from
Kobe
that.
had to play like godlike.
Yeah.
With him
It's not surprising that he
And
could do it.
will.
You can't.
He will.
No, he's not.
I mean, he is Kobe. You can't doubt Kobe.
I'm not saying he's
Thank
gonna doubt
you.
Kobe, but he's gonna play beyond his prime Kobe to win MVP. He's not
Exactly
coming back
not.
till at least Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Turkey.
Look at my
Look at
face.
the
Look at
Turkey
my
Day.
face. No.
Definitely
I
not.
say Christmas.
Christmas.
I agree.
12/25. Chris. Yeah. I
As
see
a
it.
Maryland fan, you can go leave right now. You can go leave.
What? Steve Blake.
You did see what he did.
He
last
hasn't been
night,
nice since
So
Maryland.
what?
Like
Did you see what he
truly
did
like
last night?
a legit score.
But I
Yeah.
was
Well, we're talking
But
about
off
all
the-
these injuries. Emotional and physical abuse are not uncommon for rookies of the NFL. But how far is too far? Richie Incognito may have just proven where that is. When we get back, we'll talk about it. I'm with you. If Kobe come back,
Yeah.
Kobe come back.
Hey,
He can come back.
If you come,
Hello, everyone. I'm Misha Caldwell, and this is Around the League, where we give you a quick update on all sports. Now, let's get to it with college football, where 2 top 10 matches occurred this past week, with Baylor destroying Oklahoma 41-12 and Stanford rolling over Oregon 26-21. This is the second year in a row where the high-flying Duck offense could not take off against the roadblock Stanford defense, led by Shane Scove and his 9 tackles. This win betters the Cardinals' chances for a BCS championship spot, while Oregon may be looking from the outside again this year. And Marcus Mariota's shot at a Heisman looks very slim. Now on to the NFL, where injury and health problems are taking a toll in the league. Both John Fox of the Denver Broncos and Gary Kubiak of the Houston Texans will be out for some time, both coaches dealing with heart condition problems. Both will be replaced by interim head coaches and defensive coordinators Jack Del Rio and Wade Phillips. Also, Aaron Rodgers, quarterback of the Green Bay Packers, will be out for several weeks with a shoulder injury that he suffered in last Monday night's game against the Chicago Bears. This will be the first time Rodgers will miss a game in nearly 3 years. But in other news for you Bears fans, Jay Cutler will be making a return this week against the Detroit Lions after suffering a groin injury earlier in the season. That's it for Around the League. Now get back into the zone.
Now, it's been a tradition for players to be roughed up a little bit in their early seasons of the NFL, but recent allegations against Miami Dolphins linebacker Richie Incognito has maybe proven that these uncommon or more are common acts happen more regularly. So, guys, who truly is at fault for situations like this?
Say line.
I'm gonna start my diatribe by saying that it is never okay to use racial slurs. What Incognito was doing with the voicemails and the text messages, that's just not acceptable. And I think it was very ignorant on the part of some of the black players on the Miami Dolphins saying that, oh, well, I'll treat him as a black person. That's never acceptable, for one. When it comes to whose fault it is, it could go both ways. I think Incognito, I mean, they already know this guy has anger issues. He's a nutcase, basically.
Right.
So for the coaches to even put that responsibility of toughening up Jonathan Martin in his hands, that's irresponsibility on the coaches. So you have to blame them. And Incognito, he just went too far.
Yeah.
Once, okay, you rookie hazing, that's fine. Once you go over the line, threatening this guy, that's just too far. And I think it's the coaches and Incognito.
I think it's the coaching and the team. But well, why go into this so far into the media and everything? If they knew this was happening, they say they didn't know it was happening. But still, you should watch over your own teammates or watch over your own players, because you're the coaching staff. You're y'all team. Y'all bond together. Y'all live together. Y'all shower together. And for this to happen in Miami, like, something's wrong with that organization. They need to get that fixed.
Agreed.
Quick.
I say it's a combination of what you guys said. One, how's the organization? It doesn't happen with good teams. It doesn't happen with the 49ers or the Patriots or the Seahawks. It happens
True.
with bad teams.
Right.
True.
So there's something wrong with Miami in general. One. Two, you put Incognito in charge, one of the craziest players in the league, in charge of toughening up somebody. My toughen up versus his toughen up, big difference. And I feel as though, like, even with Martin, if you had a problem with it, we're grown men. Like,
Exactly. You're a grown man.
Sure.
and like, y'all can't.
You can settle it.
You can settle it.
Stand up for
then and
yourself.
there. One, and then two, he's not even a rookie, he's a second-year player. Like, you do that to rookies, and then after a while, it's like, okay, I need you. Let's win this game, whatever. Not like during the season, oh, I hate you, I'm doing this and that, but, oh, I need you to help this block. No. Like, you can't get in someone's head like that and be like, I need you to win this game. I'm not going to play. I would have left too. So it's kind of like, it's everybody's falling away. But Incognito, when you put that much faith in him and they say he's a role model citizen now, really?
Nah.
He actually, I think he won the Good Guy of the Year award or something.
Yeah.
In
It's crazy.
a small town or something. But he's also been voted the dirtiest player, which
Small
I just,
town. You know
I
this.
just,
Small town.
I just find that to just be
They're just
so
happy he's in the league doing something
contradictory.
constructive.
But regardless, Martin should not, like, you're a grown man in the National Football League. You should not went to the media with
Yeah.
this.
Exactly.
Okay, like, that's like saying our father seeing us doing something and crying about it. What are you gonna tell us to do? Get back up.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't encourage
You're a grown
fighting, but
man.
like, if y'all, people fight all the time in preseason and training camp. If I don't like you for a specific reason,
I'm blaming the whole NFL, because what's the point of Ricky hazing? Like, you just coming out of college. This your first time on your own.
It's not.
It's
It's not to
making
the
it harder for them to
extent.
adjust.
But it's not to the extent of
So-
hazing like what we see in college or anything like that. Their hazing is like, carry the bags, buy the food,
Yeah,
stuff
that's
like
the-
that.
If you gonna buy the food, that's cool.
This has
but
been going on for 50, 60
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it, but I have to blame Jonathan Martin as well. I
Yes.
mean, you're a grown man.
Yeah, you're a
dog.
grown man.
Really?
You gotta-
You're a
you gotta-
role model to
you-
kids, and you
Yeah.
telling kids like
You
it's
have
okay to
stand-
tell.
You
Yeah.
have to stand up for yourself. And I think an issue like this, even though it was an extreme issue, it could have been handled in-house in the locker room
Right.
by other veteran players and also the coaching staff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree, as a role model, he should stand up, show kids like what you should do.
Exactly.
But like Incognito did go too far, so it's just a blame. You blame everybody.
But
I mean, it's a blame all the way around. I mean, I don't want to necessarily say Martin is bad for saying something, because we don't know. Maybe he did say something in-house and it wasn't handled.
This
And
is
then
true.
at this point, he was just,
Yes.
he got to the point where, okay, if y'all can't handle it, then I'm going to handle it a certain way.
Yeah.
And I mean, he is a role model, but I feel as a role model, he is shown, it's not okay to be beat up. It's not okay to be
Yeah.
bullied, whether I'm in the league or not. I'm going to stand up for myself. Again, I do agree that as a grown individual, male or female, you should stand up for yourself. You should say, this is that, no. Because I know somebody's trying to tell me I'm about to pay for their dinner for the whole season. I'm going to tell you no,
Yeah.
unless you give me your credit card, then I'll swipe yours. But it's just like,
Yeah.
you can stand up for yourself, but I don't want to necessarily say Martin's wrong. Everybody in this sport is wrong. Again, I think the league is wrong because it's been happening. If you're going to do it, there needs to be certain regulations or, to a certain extent. But to go as far as to the name calling and things like that, it's like, you're halfway through the season. Why are you still roughing somebody up? That is
Right.
something
Exactly.
you do during
You
like
need
the
it.
August season or
But to
something.
Incognito's defense, like, we don't know this story. This is a wide open story, so we
I feel like there's a lot of
Yeah,
information
yeah,
left
yeah.
out.
It's
A lot of information left out that they're
Yeah.
not saying.
And this story like reaches a lot of levels. I mean, you got bullying,
Racism.
Yeah.
race issues, a lot of issues that are faced every day in America. So this is a wide open story.
And you saw the tweets with the teammates defending Incognito, saying that he was laughing at the racial slurs and stuff in the locker room.
like, you have,
So
you
it's just
have
a lot.
teammates, you have other teams, and NFL execs saying it's Martin's fault. And they're like, oh, Cognito did what he was supposed to do. if that's the case, like, where do we go as a league, like as a fan
As a
base?
society,
How do we
okay.
look at that and be like, if that's right,
Then if that's right, then all the kids that look at this, they're gonna say it's right to call another black person the word in high school, middle
That kind
school.
of goes against all the, all the good commercials and stuff that they try to do and say, if you see bullying, stand up,
Right,
or how they
exactly.
have,
They
you
can go
can't
both
use
ways.
a certain slur towards certain sexuality and stuff. Like, you're kind of going against that if you just said this was okay.
And another I'm gonna blame the fellow black players in the Dolphins locker room. I mean, they just made themselves seem so ignorant.
Yeah.
And
He's basically a
black
in
person.
the school.
And we relate to him.
Yeah.
I mean, that doesn't give him the excuse to
man. He's a
ever use
psychopath.
the word. I mean, that's just showing their lack of historical knowledge.
he's been a psychopath since college.
Yeah.
Like, this goes back to when he left for Nebraska for Oregon, and then they kicked him off. Like, there's been problems with Richie Incognito for a long, long time.
I'm sorry, I ain't defending no white guy saying the N-word. That's never cool. Never.
Never cool.
Well, guys, in other NFL news, the Kansas City Chiefs actually still remain undefeated with
Told y'all.
9-0. That was unpredictable. But, guys, I want to ask you, who is a predictable contender and which teams are actually just pretenders this season? I want to start with you.
Okay, my contenders, I got the Broncos for obvious reasons. Peyton Manning is Peyton Manning. As long as he's playing, they will go to the playoffs.
I
and they
agree.
have a chance to go to the Super
Without their head coach, I feel like their head coach, when they come back, be even more stronger.
All right, and then for the NFC, I have Seattle and I have the Saints. Let me tell you, these two teams will be the NFC Championship game. Whoever wins home field will go to the Super Bowl, whether you like it or not, because their home field can't no one stop them. And they face off Week 13, so look out for that. Now, my contenders, the Dallas Cowboys.
They the pretenders?
No, they're pretenders. My bad.
Pretenders.
They're pretenders.
I was about to say.
As a
Pretenders,
Redskins fan,
yeah,
they're
yeah.
definitely pretenders.
like, what?
I'm not even saying that being a Skins fan, but look at their team. Their defense is terrible. They're very inconsistent. Romo will give you hope. He'll choke, as always. If I had $1 for every choke, I probably wouldn't be here right now.
You pay your tuition.
I see another one Sunday, another choke Sunday.
Another choke Sunday. The Jets. To me, it's
It's
still
not nice.
inconsistent, but they have a great defense, which keeps them in the game. They're like, oh, they're going to the playoffs. They can go to the playoffs, but they won't. And my surprising pretender is the Patriots. Now, yes, they will go to the playoffs, but they're one and done. I don't see them. Their reign of terror in the AFC has come to an end. Tom Brady's Tom Brady. They always have a chance, but
They lost it with that O-line.
yeah, with that O-line, their defense isn't as what it used to be with Teddy Bruschi and Willis McGinnis and all that. So I don't know. That's my opinion.
Man, my pretenders has to be. I'm gonna switch it with the pretenders. 49ers, 6-2, number 1 in rushing, but they're 32 in passing. You have Kaepernick and all them weapons. You can't. You telling me you can't use none of them at all?
But Kaepernick's depending on Crabtree to come back because that was his crutch.
I know.
I don't know why he's not throwing the
Aquan Baldwin, Vernon Davis.
Yeah, I don't
Come
know
on,
why he's
man.
not
You
using
can't use those weapons. Dallas, of course. They're not even top. They're not top 5 in nothing. Okay. Why they? They're winning a weak division.
Right.
A weak division. The Jets, Jets. Geno Smith is not nice, like you said. He's not nice. They rank 26 in passing. It's because of the defense.
Give props to Rex too, man. Rex not.
Rex. I'll give props to Rex.
Yeah, Rex
But people are saying Geno, the savior. No, he's not nice.
He's going through the Mark Sanchez
He's not nice at
first
all.
2-year syndrome.
Yes, he's not nice at all. And New England, those are pretenders. Why? They're in a weak conference. They should be killing everybody. They lost to the Jets. The Jets.
Pretender, I got the Bengals. They in the weak division. Pittsburgh, Baltimore, and Cleveland.
Yeah,
They not. This year has been.
Everybody hyping them up because of the training camp on Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
Right.
Geno Atkins went down. You can't, and then you can't depend on quarterback.
What, Dalton?
Yeah, Dalton. Come on, like he just inconsistent.
All them weapons
AJ
he
Green
has.
is the truth. I mean,
But Adrian Green has not had a dominant year.
Because he can't really get him the ball.
Yeah, they can't.
I don't know why.
Well, I'm going to have to disagree with you.
About what?
Agree with you. The 49ers are definitely a contender.
I'm telling you, they're not.
What you fail to realize, you might point out they're 32 in passing, but they have one of the top rushing attacks.
Yeah.
Frank Gore's back.
They're number 1 rusher.
He's looking like Miami, Frank
He's
Gore.
looking like Miami. Frank Gore, Colin Kaepernick, he's still playing well, playing efficient, lowered the turnovers. That defense is always going to play well. They've been playing great ever since Seattle just ran roughshod over them. Jim Harbaugh is still one of the best coaches.
Yeah, true.
You have this team is built for the playoffs. I mean, they run, play hard-nosed defense, and they don't give up points. This is a team. And my other team is the Carolina Panthers. Now, y'all know I have
hashtag keep pounding.
What?
Really?
Exactly.
Bam, Bam, Newton.
Exactly.
Can you leave?
Oh, Cam.
I agree with
No,
you. I agree with you.
no,
I agree with
no.
you.
Last 17 games,
Tell 'em.
27 touchdowns.
Preach.
We're number 2 in the division.
Preach.
The division right now. The Saints, we're on y'all tails.
Okay, let me tell you why I'm number 2 in the division.
Y'all
Oh, wait, I'm
not
let you.
beating the same.
Because of Tampa Bay and Atlanta. That's why it is.
We got the number 2 defense in
Y'all
NFL.
defense is
Number 2 defense in NFL.
We
Number
get
8
pressure,
rushing
we get
attack.
pressure with 4 down linemen. That's why our defense is so great.
Oh,
Steve
my
Smith,
God.
Greg Olsen, Ted Ginn. I mean,
Greg Olsen is inconsistent.
consistent.
Yes.
Consistent.
He is
Greg
inconsistent.
Come on.
Ted
Our
Ginn is
rushing
stepping
attack.
up.
Stan Guinness is stepping up.
Top
Greg
10
Olsen is
rushing
inconsistent.
attack. This is a
Top-
contender.
Oh,
When y'all
my
play,
God.
y'all playing them at your home or there?
We play them twice.
Twice.
Hold on,
We're
listen.
the same.
Yeah, we don't have
Split
that.
at best.
Right.
Let me give
Split.
my pretenders.
Not-
Now I will have to disagree. Seattle is a pretender to me,
What?
Yes.
and I'm gonna tell you why.
I agree.
I agree.
I agree.
I agree.
I agree.
Just look last week.
Okay.
The winless Bucks had them on the ropes.
So what? They won the game.
They won the game.
It's all
but
about
they
that
had
W
them
at the
on
end of the
ropes.
day.
I don't like the way they win.
Agreed. I
I don't
agree
like
with
the way
that.
they win.
I feel like they're
Their
suspect.
defense is a little vulnerable. They can be ran on. The secondary is,
Most of their players is coming back from injury.
I mean, everyone has injuries.
Agreed.
And their offense, I don't think they can score enough points with the elite offenses in the league. Russell
They're
Wilson.
6th in rushing.
But when they play against a
Russell
good
Wilson
defense,
is a
they don't show up.
great
Russell
quarterback.
Wilson not
saw
even
the
throwing the
Panthers
ball
this
hardly. If he uses weapons that he has with
And-
Percy Harvin coming
Yeah,
back,
when Percy
come on.
Percy Harvin come back, we got to see though.
Yeah.
I know what.
Exactly.
Sidney Rice out for the year.
He out for the
right?
year, but
Yeah.
Percy Harvin can replace that.
But this defense, I mean, so much talked about this defense. They can be ran on. If you see what Andrew Luck and the Colts did, they ran all over them. So, to me, they're a pretender, and of course, America's team, the
Cowboys.
Cowboys. I mean, Tony Romo, he's playing pretty well.
Yeah.
And
Say what?
yeah, and I never give him credit. I have to give him credit. He's playing pretty well, but they have no running game. There's no way you can be a successful playoff team without a running game. You're just dropping back, passing 60 times a game. There comes sacks, and there comes interceptions. Their defensive secondary is terrible.
Horrible.
Terrible.
Very
The whole
low.
NFC East
Yeah.
defense
NFC
is
East
I mean,
terrible.
we have no DeMarcus Ware. I mean, they just make the crucial mistake in critical times of the game.
Because
You
he's
get
not
this
good
is
right.
why you got him.
And
But,
this is why they're a contender. I still think they might come out of the NFC East because it's the NFC East. But I
Wait a minute.
It's
Wait a
weak. It's
minute.
weak.
Wait a
Yeah,
minute.
see,
Noise in the playoffs.
Well,
NFC
guys,
East is
I
weak.
hate to actually cut you off, but it is time for a break. And when we return, as college football comes to a close, the Heisman race is just a little bit closer. When we come back, the guys will tell you their Heisman choice for this year. We'll see you when you get back.
Y'all suck,
Had the
man.
I
nerve
get my
to say
contender.
Y'all suck.
He
I
did
think you
say
might-
the Panthers.
I get my contender.
First of all, we'll beat y'all to death. Famous James.
So, guys, let's get right into it. As of week 11, I want you each to tell me who has the most chance to win this year's Heisman Trophy. I want
I got Johnny Football. If the Heisman is, look, listen. If the Heisman is the best player on the best team, it's not Johnny Football, but if it's the best player in college football, you gotta give it to Johnny. He having a better year than last year. He won arguably a better year than last
All
year.
right.
How can you argue that?
Here's how I'm gonna argue that. Because one, they hate him. The media who votes for him hates him. So unless every other contender that we may mention loses, he's not winning. Mine is Baylor's Bryce Petty, their quarterback.
Right.
21 touchdowns to 1 interception. 6.8% completion, and they destroyed Oklahoma last night.
They did.
They're going to go undefeated. If they win, and I feel like media is starting to like him, they talking about RG3 and next up or whatever. Watch. He got a shot to win it.
Oregon Ducks.
Did you not see yesterday?
Look, listen.
No,
He
yeah.
had one
It's over.
bad game, and he still tried to came back. He still came back.
Taj Boyd had
No,
one
no,
bad
no.
Yeah,
game.
Taj Boyd.
Now,
Yeah,
where is
exactly.
Listen. He had one bad game.
Exactly.
Okay. Most of them sacks. Look, he got 13 sacks of the season. Most of them sacks came from last night from Stanford. Okay. 22 touchdowns. No interception. No interception. Come on now.
But where was he when it counts?
It doesn't matter. He came back. All right, he just
They
had to
lost.
Look.
They're not
he-
going to the championship.
Oh my gosh.
Oregon crying.
No. He's coming back.
Come on,
Trust
son.
me. Trust me. All right. 22 TDs. No interception. Come on.
Are you done?
No interception. That's impressive.
Are you done?
Go ahead.
I can't believe you came up here today and had the audacity to mention anything associated
Oregon
with
related.
Oregon, yeah,
They had
exactly.
one bad
After
game.
DeAnthony
That's all it
Thomas
takes.
sat there and said they were going to put up 40 on that Stanford defense, I don't think so. I'm going to give y'all the real Heisman. And that would be famous James Winston.
He the truth. I ain't gonna lie.
He gotta
I
give us
must
props.
say, I have to give it up to him. They ran all over my Miami Hurricane.
They did.
But I'm going to tell you
Ran over
why
my
he's my
Tigers.
Heisman pick.
Why?
24 touchdowns.
Okay, you got 2 teams.
2,500 yards passing.
Okay.
90 QBR. 90 QBR. Completion percentage over 7.
I know what it is. Yeah.
8-0. Ran all over Clemson. Ran all over Miami.
Yeah.
Ran all over Maryland.
Wait, why you gotta bring Maryland into this?
You know what's
That's dark times. Let's not bring up Maryland.
Listen, 6'4", 230, physical specimen.
How many interceptions you got in the season?
Look,
Let's talk about that.
It's not always about interceptions.
No, yo, we're talking
No,
about
look,
Heisman. How many
look,
interceptions
look,
you got in the
funny
season?
thing- the funny thing
How many
is-
interceptions you got in
he's
the
making
season?
the big plays. He has the intangibles, the charisma. Did you see his speech before they played Clemson?
So
That's what
what?
it's all about. That's what Tim Tebow did.
So what?
And
Oh,
his-
that's what Tim
Okay, so
Tebow did?
Tim
Y'all
Tebow-
listen to that,
I'm
right?
talking
Tim
about
Tebow
team
did.
leader intangibles. This guy has it all. I
Tim
mean-
Tebow got something leader
he-
yeah, he
is
got
the man.
he got some
He is the
tangibles.
man.
You know the funny thing about y'all picks?
No,
I'm just finishing.
look, Mariota will lose. Let's look what he did last night.
That was last night. Y'all
Manziel,
one time.
Manziel, 2 losses, back-to-back Heisman's in history. The
Not
media
happening.
hates him,
not
as
happening.
Darrell pointed out. I mean, then you have the off-field issues. I mean,
Yeah, Manziel.
I like Manziel,
But
but
statistically, he has the best stats. He had over 2,800 passing yards,
Agreed.
25
He's not taking
touchdowns.
He's not
passing.
taking. He's
Not
not.
2 years ago.
He's not about to
I mean-
be Archie Griffin.
But what is the Heisman? The best player in college football or the best player on the best
that's
team?
arguable.
I mean,
It's the best player in
You
college
said the best
football,
player on
but
the
the
best team,
media.
but you think you
But
really
he's
think
the
Texas
best-
is the best player on is the best team?
huh?
You think Texas is the best team?
No, I'm saying like if you're gonna give it to one the guys y'all pick, it's because they're on a better team.
No.
Or is it?
Because Baylor's not a better team than nobody I mentioned. But
Exactly.
he's making the
And
right.
then-
Baylor's
does have a
what,
terrible
I think it
defense,
was like
though.
50,
A horrible
60.
defense.
God awful.
But
But
if he got the best stats, you gotta give it to the best player in college football.
I don't think
I'm
I
just
don't
saying,
think you go off
no
that,
interceptions. That plays a part. No
he
interceptions.
choked last
No
Mariota,
interceptions
though.
still.
Mariota, I don't
Petty,
believe in him.
Petty going is either Petty or James.
Look, I'm done with all y'all. You know what I'm saying? I am through with this.
What about Alabama?
Hello.
Alabama is definitely
AJ ain't winning.
Best team?
AJ doesn't do enough.
You can make a case. You can make a case. You can make a case. You can make a case.
Yeah. Please walk off. You mentioned
Yeah.
Oregon. after
Right.
that.
Yeah, Oregon. I know
Exactly.
exactly.
Like, he
Like
mentioned
Oregon.
Really?
I can't with these guys. We thank you for joining us for this episode
Shout out
of
to
the
Baylor.
Sports Zone. Make sure you check out our previous episodes and stay tuned for the next one.
Panthers,
We'll see you next week.
Carolina Panthers.
Panthers. Keep shining.
All day,
Can't
every
do
day.
it.
It's
Can't
still
do it.
215 Nation.
Can't do
It's
it.
still a 215 Nation. Y'all-
Shout out Philly.
I did.